Hi everyone, my name is Carla Gonzalez, and I want to be healthy for the new year. So, this is coming from someone who has gone through quite the health journey. It started when I was in 8th grade. I felt I'm going to say it, I felt fat. I felt ugly. I had been told my whole life, you're ugly, you're fat, especially by doctors. I was told that I was overweight severely, even though I wasn't. I was just not the BMI standard. And that led to a path of not eating right, working out over an hour every single day. This was around the time where school was online, so it was very easy for me to do that. I got very much into Chloe Ting, um, eating content, what I eat in a day, that kind of stuff. And I lost weight. I lost, I think, 30 pounds. I was 185 when I started, and then I ended up at 155. It's a lot of weight. But the way that I did it, I think back to now, and I'm like, wow, I really, really restricted. I wouldn't have, like, for example, any desserts or anything like that. And if I did, I would literally have like one of those like chocolates. I'll put up a picture of it here. And I think back to that and I think, wow, like I that was messed up. That was really messed up. And I think how I gained that weight back, because of course I did. I started eating healthier once I got into high school. I gained that weight back. And it wasn't until my junior year of high school where I started to lose that weight, especially with me joining color guard. And now I'm at a point where I weigh 156, which, yes, I do technically weigh one more pound than when I did when I first started high school. But when I look at my body now versus my body back then and what my body can do now and how healthy I am and how I can perform better just physically, it makes me realize that health and fitness and weight, they don't all they don't always align the way you think they do. On social media, you see girls skinny, look like they have no body fat, and you think they're healthy. Most of the time, they're not. Most of the time, they can't perform well. Most of the time, they can't, run very fast or lift weights or do that kind of stuff or be able to perform for a long period of time. And that's something I want my body to be able to do. I want to be able to perform physically. I want to be able to do my job physically. I want to be able to live my life and go to school and do extracurriculars and hang out with my friends just because I can. I don't want to be focusing on my food 24/7 because to me that's not healthy. That's not healthy. I've been through it. I know what it feels like. So I want to share with you guys my tips to be healthy both physically and mentally because your mental health matters. Okay, it matters. I'm also going to be sharing what I do to stay, in this level of fitness while working. Obviously, if you're a student, this might look a little bit different for you, but I think overall, me working is kind of equivalent to someone going to school or whatnot. My biggest tip is to try to move every day. Just try to find some kind of movement, especially right now that it's cold. Sometimes I won't want to run. I don't want to run. So usually what I do is I'll go on a walk, take some time to myself, put on a good playlist, a podcast. I love the Pretty Basic podcast. If you guys haven't heard it, by Lisha Marie and Miss Remy Ashton. Sorry, they're two of my favorite YouTubers. So if you need a podcast recommendation, highly recommend it. My second tip would be to do this with someone. If you are someone who finds themselves to be a little lacking in the productivity or self discipline area, find someone to do it with. I love taking my boyfriend out on walks. He is a great motivation for me because sometimes we'll go on our bikes, sometimes we'll go on walks, sometimes I say, hey, I want to go run, but I don't really feel like it, and he'll go with me. And I love that because not only does it make our relationship stronger because we spend more time together, we get to talk, we have fun, we love it, and I truly, truly recommend that if it's not with a significant other, with a friend, with a family member, your roommate, or even your dog, if you have one. It's great to have that company. If you don't want that company, that's obviously totally fine. But if you're someone who thrives with someone else being there with you, highly recommend it. My third tip is to find a form of workout that you really love, that really gets you going. For me, that's the trampoline and the bike. I don't think I've mentioned it on this channel yet, but I did recently buy a trampoline and I'm so excited about it. I'll probably make a whole video just about how I use the trampoline like every single day. I haven't built it yet, but I remember maybe 2 years ago, I would jump on that thing every single day and it burns calories. But not only that, I love it. Like, I didn't even care that it burned calories. I just love the idea of jumping and listening to my music and feeling like I'm in a concert. Love that feeling. Highly recommend finding something that you love. And like I said, I would do the trampoline or the bike. I love going on bike rides, especially with my boyfriend or putting on a good music. I love that. Finding something that you like. It doesn't have to be something that's consider working out. If you like dancing, there's plenty of dancing videos on YouTube. I found so many that I love. There's just one specific channel that I really like. And if it's like raining outside or if I don't really feel like going outside, I will put on those YouTube videos and that's a good workout. I highly, highly recommend that too. Number three, find something you can do with minimal space. This kind of goes in hand with my first tip where I suggest finding something to do every single day. Sometimes you can't go outside. I highly recommend trying to find something that you can do outside just because you get some vitamin D, you get to go outside, something that a lot of us just aren't doing. And I know why. It's it's hard going outside. But I would highly suggest finding something that you can do with minimal space. My favorites are, like I said, those dancing videos and then the Chloe Ting workout app. So, her app, you can find programs that you can do so you can do it every single day or 5 times a week, I think. Or you could find videos. My personal favorites are the app videos. Those workouts, they get you, especially those ab workouts. I swear to you, I would put up a clip of myself using them, but it's embarrassing. Like the faces that I make when I'm doing those apps, it's just I'm not gonna show y'all that. But I highly recommend that app. And my last tip is when it comes to eating. Now I'm very hesitant to talk about eating and like nutrition because obviously I'm not a dietitian, I'm not a physical fitness. I probably should have said that in the beginning of this video, but when it comes to eating, my biggest tip is to just trust yourself a little bit. And if you are someone who is an ex binge eater or anorexic or something like that, that it does look a little bit different for you. What I will say is focus on good foods, whole foods, if you don't want to label food as good or bad. Whole foods, vegetables, your proteins. And yes, you can have dessert every once in a while. That's totally fine. I have dessert every single night because I can't live without it. Okay, I'm gonna stop myself right there because I just started saying a whole lot of nothing. But my main point is that to a certain extent, you can trust yourself. You can look up what kind of foods are good for you or just really focus on good nutrition. This isn't me talking to binge eaters or anorexic people, that is a whole different field. But to a certain extent, the average person, you know what's good for you. And this video, I just kind of started ranting about it, but that's really all I want to say. Just focus on the good food and be kind to yourself. It's your body. You're the one that has to live in it. Just be kind. That's it. That's literally all I had to say. Quantity. And overall, my biggest tip for anyone that's watching this, have fun with it. Have fun. It's your life. Nutrition, health, it's not meant to be hell. It's meant to be for you. It's to make you happy. If your current diet, if your current workout plan is making you miserable every single day, I promise it's not for you. I promise you. And this is what I'm saying, that to a certain extent, you have to trust yourself. If you feel it in yourself, and I'm not saying, oh, I'm tired or, oh, I wish I could have like a million Takis right now or something. I'm saying if your workouts are making you miserable, if you find yourself weighing every single food, not wanting to eat a whole banana or stuff like that, I promise you that's not it for you. I promise you there is a light at the end of the tunnel. I promise, I know it. You can make it out and you can be healthy. I believe in you and I hope that you guys use these tips. Bye.